Whoever sat and wondered, what would the landscape of the NBA be like if Michael Jordan never retired in 1998? If there was never the steal on Karl Malone, which led to the last second bucket on Brian Russell, push-off. What would have happened? Would the Bulls have won another title the following year? Would San Antonio not have gotten their first NBA championship ever? These are questions we're left asking. Would the Lakers still have their three-peat, their dynasty, Kobe and Shaq era? Would the Knicks finally get a chance to get their championship and break through? What would happen? Well, here on Real West Gaming, we bringing you these different kind of possibilities, these different outcomes, because NBA 2K enables you to be able to go back in time and choose your own destiny, or the destiny for the NBA. So what we doing right here today is we going back in time, unretiring Michael Jordan, placing those Bulls in that 99 season to see exactly what would have happened if Michael Jordan never retired. Would the Bulls still make the finals? Would the Spurs still make the finals? If they both did, would the Spurs have won? Would Jordan have won his 7th NBA championship? Well, we're about to go through a whole simulation process, 99 season, all rosters, as presented to you on the screen, as you can see. And we're gonna see if Jordan takes home a chip, if he makes it back, and what the outcome would be. We're gonna go a few years with this. I don't know how many years, but we're gonna go a few years with this, because what I want to do is I want to see if the Los Angeles Lakers dynasty still happens. I want to see if the Spurs dynasty is built. I want to see where certain players land, because what we're gonna be doing is starting with this 99 roster, with that Bulls team, with that 98 Bulls team on there. And then we're gonna use the historic draft classes, and we're gonna see where certain players end up getting drafted. We're gonna see what teams take who, how these teams that were great in this time period of the late 90s and early 2000s. We're gonna see how they pan out. If they retain certain players, if they draft certain players that they drafted in real life, whether those players go to other teams. So this is going to be pretty interesting, not just for you, but for me as well, because I'm intrigued to see how this goes. So we're going to jump right into it. As you can see, I'm just scrolling through right now, showing y'all the rosters that I'm using. What I did was I downloaded a 1999 roster off the 2K share, and I personally placed that 98 Bulls team inside of the roster. So yeah, you see what we looking at. We got the Orlando Magic with Bo Outlaw and Penny Hardaway. We got the Dallas Mavericks with Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki. Oh yeah, I also went in there and I individually edited each team so that they'd have their original logo and uniforms that they played with during that period of time. And what you'll notice is that as I progress throughout this simulation of this association, the certain time periods where these teams change their uniforms up, I'm gonna change their uniforms up for them. So you'll kind of get a authentic vibe similar to reality of what had taken place. But yeah, you see we got the Nuggets with Antonio McDyess. I even got the Pacers with Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, Mark Jackson, all of them, So this is gonna be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to this. I figured other people might be intrigued about this same thought that I had. And what better way to check this out than to put it in a game. If it's in a game, it's in a game, but this ain't EA Sports. So, I'm intrigued to see where Tracy McGrady goes. I want to see if he ends up actually landing in Orlando, or if he stays with Toronto, or even if he goes somewhere else. I'm intrigued to see what the Rockets do with Hakeem Olajuwon and Scottie Pippen and Charles Barkley. Will that pan out the same way it panned out in real life, or will they actually obtain a chip themselves? This is about to be pretty fun for both you and me. We got the Seattle Supersonics with Deadlift Shrimp, Rashard Lewis, Gary Payton. We got that classic Minnesota Timberwolves team with Kevin Garnett, Joe Smith, Sam Mitchell, Bobby Jackson. You know? Or that isn't necessarily the classic team. The classic team was when KG was with Latrell Sprewell and Sam Cassell and all of that. But, you know, we got the Portland Trail Blazers with Damon Stoudemire, Arvydas Sabonis, Isaiah Ryder. The Golden State Warriors, Antoine Jameson, Eric Dampier, Adonal Foyle, Danielle Marshall, Rod Strickland, Ben Wallace on the Washington Wizards. A lot of people don't know that Ben Wallace was on the Washington Wizards before he went to the Pistons. I know a lot of people live in the now. They think that he was just forever a Detroit Piston, but he actually played with the Wizards before and with the Cavaliers after. Seasons end, we got Tim Duncan, MVP. Whoever Jeffrey Black is Rookie of the Year. We got Nick Van Exel, Sixth Man of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, KG, let's go. Greg Popovich, Coach of the Year, no surprise. Andrew Truman, Executive of the Year. All NBA First Team, we got Iverson, Strickland, Tim Duncan, Jameson, Shaq, Harpering. Second Team, a lot of these guys, I don't know. It's got a lot of generic players in it. I don't like that. All right, so playoffs. What we looking at? Crap, I forgot to turn the play-in off. Looks like this simulation, we're going to have to move forward with the play-in because, like an idiot, I forgot to turn the play-in off. Because, of course, they didn't have a play-in back in 99. So we just going to roll with it nonetheless. We're going to simulate the play-in. See what the final playoff bracket ends up looking like. All right. Okay. So final setup. We got the Spurs at the number 2 seed and the Chicago Bulls as the number 2. Wow. So both the Spurs and the Bulls end up becoming a 2 seed. So let's see how this goes. We're going to start simulating game by game and see if the Spurs and the Bulls manage to make it back to the NBA Finals and face off against each other. So the Spurs advance on the first round. They beat their first round opponent, the Denver Nuggets. It looks like the Bulls are going to a Game 7 and they pull it out against the Philadelphia 76ers and Allen Iverson and a crew. So we got a second round matchup of the Spurs versus the Utah Jazz, and we got a second round matchup of the Chicago Bulls versus the New York Knicks, and the Knicks are up 2-0. And the Spurs have a 3-1 lead over the Utah Jazz. Oh, Jesus. The Knicks have the Bulls on the brink of elimination, 3-1. Will the Bulls come back and pull it out as the Spurs have advanced to the Western Conference Championship? And they advance. Wow, what a comeback. Down 3-1. They push it to a 7th game, and the GOAT himself pushes them to the Eastern Conference Championship. Who will their opponent be? It will be the Miami Heat. What a classic rivalry of the 90s. The Heat versus the Bulls, the Knicks versus the Bulls, that whole little era right then and there. You can't ask for this. And the classic rivalry of the Spurs and the Lakers. This is legendary stuff right here. I'm telling you can't script this right here. The Los Angeles Lakers are up 3-2, and the Bulls advance to the NBA Finals. The San Antonio Spurs. Wow, this is a crazy way to start off this video. San Antonio Spurs, Chicago Bulls, 1999 NBA Finals appearance. So will Tim Duncan and David Robinson get their first ring together? Or will Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan get their 7th together? Will the Bulls team blow up after this? So basically what's going on, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna jump into the actual finals matchup between the Bulls and the Spurs itself, and I'm gonna do a simcast on each game. And we're gonna watch it go down to the very last seconds of each fourth quarter of each game. And if for some reason in the last minutes, it's a close game, like somewhere around 4 or 5 minutes, maybe even 6 or 7. If it's a close game, we'll jump in and we'll actually watch the live gameplay of it going down. Let's see how this goes. Spurs, Chicago Bulls, game 1. Let's get it. All right. So the Spurs jumped out to an early lead. The Bulls came back. Now the Bulls has jumped out to a commanding lead. Oh wow, the Bulls take home game 1 easy. Game 2. Got the Bulls out early. Spurs, it's a little back and forth. Spurs holding the lead. Well, now the Bulls are ahead. Bulls are ahead by a decent amount. Okay, it's getting a little closer. It's almost time to jump in. I should jump in right now. Yeah, right now, with 5-point game with 3 minutes, 42 seconds left. Perfect time to jump in. I was, look, I'm telling you, I was really looking forward to seeing something like this, because this video was predicated off of if the Spurs would win a chip. And David Robinson with the fadeaway. 96-93, Chicago. Ron Harper bringing the ball back up. Got Scottie Pippen with we got Dennis Rodman with the ball in his hands on the wing. Jordan clearly looking for it with the mismatch down low on Antonio Daniels, and he gets the bucket. 98-93, Chicago. All right, Avery Johnson bringing it up court. Sean Elliott on the wing. Screen, David Robinson, the Admiral, down low. Oh, what? Oh, that's some typical 2K BS right there. So Ron Harper posting up on Avery Johnson. Dribbles right. Green bean machine. You know, you wouldn't think you'd say that in the same sentence as Ron Harper, but so timeout, San Antonio Spurs, 100-93. Just under 3 minutes left in the game. Rodman guarding the inbounder. Kerr gets the ball. Okay. This is down low to Timmy. Oh, they double teaming Tim. They already know what's up. Oh, Tim with the dumb pass. Wow, that's not accurate. That's not accurate at all. So we got Ron Harper out here on the wing. Here's Pippen from deep. Timmy D with the rebound. Kerr coming up court. Mario Ellie in the corner. Kerr dishes down low to Timmy D. Timmy D double teamed to hell. And he gets fouled going up at the rim. Going to the line for 2 free throws. See if he could pull it within 5 or 4.
All right, guys, let's get a bunch of second chance points. He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6.
And Timmy gets the first of 2. Two for 2. Timmy D at the free throw line.
At this point in the game, you can't afford to leave any points at the line.
So we're just under 2 minutes. Chicago calls a timeout. The big fundamental just knocked down both of his free throws to put the game within 5 points. Let's see where we go with it. Gotti with the cross to the goal on Sean Elliott. Timmy D with the rebound, kicks it out to Steve Kerr. Ellie dribbling on the right wing. Duncan down low, they still double teaming. The Admiral. I don't know why David isn't posting up more while Tim is getting double teamed. Like if he's double teamed and then there's a spot open down low in the paint, David Robinson should be posting up down there. All right, this is a mismatch in favor of David Robinson. All right, let's see. Okay, so now they double the team Mike. Timmy D with the steal. Up court. Sean Elliott dishes out to Steve Kerr. Timmy posting up. Back out to Kerr. Back out to Timmy. Come on now, hit David. He right there. He got a mismatch on him. All right, there you go. Back him down. What? Wow. 2K being 2K. You can't get everything accurate in these simulations, I promise. Because obviously, if it was real life. David Robinson with the steal. Come on now. Let's see. Can they get it within 3 or 2? Oh, this is getting pretty intense. No lie. Elliott back out to Timmy. Timmy to Mario Ellie. Ellie to Elliott. He ain't doing nothing with Scotty on. Oh, he takes Scotty to the hole. 100-97 with 12.7 seconds left. Can the Spurs end up getting an opportunity at this? Who will they foul? Will that person make both free throws? We're about to find out here within the next couple of seconds coming out of this timeout. For the Spurs to have been down as much as they were down, this is turning out to be a pretty good game. I ain't even gonna lie to you. All right, so inside to Scottie Pippen, they foul Scotty. My personal opinion, he's gonna get at least one of two. At least one of two. And he misses the first one. Wow. So timeout, Bulls, yet again. Coming back in the game. Scottie Pippen to the line for the second. So we're bracing for him to go ahead and knock this one down. Bracing for Scottie to go ahead and knock down the second. Here we go. Compose. And, oh, wow. So the Spurs still have a chance. Coming down the court with 7 seconds left is Steve Kerr. Why would he pull that? Boy, 2K know how to ruin a good outcome. They could have mapped up a better play than that. Really? So we just gonna pull up, Steve Kerr just pull up like he Curry. Come on now. So Jordan to the line for 2. This is definitely game over here. Yep. 1 of 1.
Well, when you watch MJ, Michael Jordan, the championship mentality is obvious. He gives his team everything he has to win games and then some.
So we got 2 of 2. Michael Jordan goes to the line, knocks down both free throws. 1.8 seconds left. Chicago Bulls up 102-97. That's all, folks. Game 2 to the 1998 Chicago Bulls over the 99 San Antonio Spurs by way of 102-97. Could have been a much better outcome, but 2K intervened, so it is what it is. So on to game 3. We'll see if San Antonio can go ahead and steal a game back in Chicago, as they've just dropped both games in San Antonio. And we had Timmy D with 35, 16, and 5, the Admiral. We got Mike with 43, 7, 6, and 4. What an incredible stat line. This is the team comparison. And we're going to jump right back in to the simulation, or jump right back into the playoff bracket. Let's see how this pans out. All right, Super Sim, or SimCast, should I say. Bulls jump out early. They're and it looks like they're dominating this game. Will the Spurs come back? No, they're not coming back from this. This is a blowout. All right, so Bulls 121-108 over the San Antonio Spurs in game 3. Game 4 is an elimination game. Spurs might get swept here. So, okay, we got, oh wow, the Spurs jumped out heavy and they putting pressure on the 98 Bulls in this one. It's a little too late right here. All right, I think we might jump into this one just cause. It's 4 seconds left. We're going to jump into it just because, get a little live action from the game. Spurs, oh no, Spurs are up big right now, 110-80 with 4 seconds left. So they're about to take home game 4. It's a little too late. So it's 3-1, and the San Antonio Spurs at least still a game, and they don't get swept to the 98 Chicago Bulls. So we're going to go ahead and check the box score, see what we did. We got Mike with 26, 3, and 5. Longley with 13, 5, and 3. Pippen was nowhere to be found, really. Got the Admiral with 33 and 21. Tim Duncan with 31, 7, and 7. The Twin Towers. Here's the team comparison. All right, we jump back to the home screen. Now we about to go right back in here. Simcast, game 5. Spurs was able to steal game 4. Let's see if they can steal game 5. The Spurs jump out ahead on the Bulls yet again. And they're holding that lead. And they're dominating again in game 5, 86-73. We're jumping in. At this point, we're jumping in because we want to get any of this live action. But this is incredible. So the Spurs are about to take home game 5. Series is about to be 3-2. Chicago going to a game 6. Back out to Avery. Back out to Elliott. Elliott to the hole on Dennis Rodman, 88-73, San Antonio. Let's get it. This is turning out to be a pretty tough series. So we got MJ coming up the court. Kukoc waving his hand. He runs out to the corner. Rodman at the top. Rodman drives. He tries to dishes it off. Still, David Robinson, Avery Johnson coming up the court. He's got MJ, his airness, guarding him. Backing out. Dribbling. Passes it to the big fundamental. Avery. Back out to the Admiral. Timmy pulls the 3 due to shot clock purposes. We got the GOAT coming up court with Avery Johnson guarding him. He should have took that to the hole. But at this point, it's pretty much over, so they might as well dribble it out anyways. So, I mean, I'm not complaining. Kicks it back out. We got Dennis Rodman, who kicks it back out to Scott Burrell. Scott Burrell to Kukoc. Kukoc for the 3. It's no good. And with 9 seconds left, the San Antonio Spurs are going to take home game 5, 88-73. And the series is officially 3-2 with the Spurs trying to weasel their way back into a chance to win the 99 NBA Finals. And let's check out the box score. We got Timmy D with 19, 8, and 6. Kerr with 18. Robinson with 17 and 6. This was a very typical Spurs-like game. Everybody eating in this game right here. Everybody's getting a chance to succeed. Then we got MJ with 27, 7, and 3. Kukoc with 17. Pippen barely showed yet again. Wow, we got ourselves a pretty competitive series going on right here. So it's back to the main menu yet again. San Antonio Spurs down 1 game on the brink of elimination. What I want to know is, will Jordan win the finals in yet another game 6 and never reach a game 7 again? Or will the Spurs push them to a game 7, the first one ever? Let's get it. So it's going out. The Bulls are ahead. The Bulls are up. San Antonio's pushing back. Okay, now it looks like the Bulls are trying to hold on. Now we got 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Bulls up 108-98. I think this is going the route of the Bulls, but we're going to go ahead and jump in anyways to see if San Antonio manages to come back and push this to a game 7 or not. Avery Johnson kicks it down low to Timmy D. Avery back out on the wing. Goes around the pick from the Admiral to the goal. Lay. And we got a Chicago timeout with 2 minutes left in the game. 108-100 Chicago. All right, we got Dennis Rodman inbounding. Mike with the ball. at the top of the 3 with Timmy guarding him. They come in for a double team. Ron Harper with the pull-up. Rebound. Admiral kicks it out. Got Mario Elie with the ball. He kicks it out to the Admiral. Steve Kerr at the top of the 3 with Dennis Rodman guarding him. And Dennis Rodman rejects the attempt at the rim. Beautiful block, beautiful defensive play. That's classic Rodman-like right there. It doesn't get any better than that with the Mobile 1 official motor of the NBA. Block of the game. All right, so we got Mario Elie inbounding. He inbounds to David Robinson, who kicks it out to Timmy D, who gives it back to Steve Kerr. Timmy D down low with a mismatch of MJ, and he fades away from the goal. You got to take him to the rim, Tim. All right, so we got Scott Pipp coming up. He's got Antonio Daniels guarding him. MJ with Timmy D on him, finds Dennis Rodman going to the rack. 110-100, Chicago. We got Kerr coming up the court. He looks to find Timmy D, who still has the mismatch of MJ, who gets double teamed, kicks it back out to Kerr, who finds Elie, who finds Daniels, who then passes it to David Robinson, who has to dishes it off because he's getting double teamed. And Robinson with the rebound and putback. 110-102, Chicago with 52 seconds left in Game 6 of the 99 NBA Finals. And they almost get the steal. But they just managed to get it over half court. Pippen with the ball with Antonio Daniels guarding him. This is a mismatch to hell. And he passes out to Scott Burrell, who hits the 3, and that's the dagger right there, ladies and gentlemen. 113-102 with 37 seconds left. Chicago Bulls are in firm position to take home their 7th NBA championship. Tim Duncan to the rack on Michael Jordan, which is what he should have done the last 2 trips down. But for some reason, 2K got the man fading away or turning the ball over or passing it off. So Timmy D with the steal. They're still not giving up hope. He dishes it down court. Antonio Daniels, that was a terrible shot. But at this point, what can you do? 11 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the 98 Bulls, revisiting the NBA in 99, knocked down the San Antonio Spurs, preventing their first championship, to pull off their 7th NBA title, yet winning 4 straight championships in a row. This is the NBA in 1999 revisited with Michael Jordan and the 98 Chicago Bulls. Here's your outcome. This is beautiful. At this moment, I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to let the game flow.
Is here, and this place is going crazy. The bench loves it. The fans obviously overjoyed. This is one of those moments these players will never forget. Let's go to the floor. Here is Adam Silver presenting the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
One team has emerged victorious. The NBA champions. Congratulations to the whole organization and, of course, this incredible team. This Larry O'Brien Trophy, and I believe this suitcase are yours. You're Bill Russell, Finals MVP.
What an awesome moment for him in front of his fans. You love to see hard work rewarded. And
what a first year. That's how we have it. We got Tony Kukoc ending up being the leading scorer, but Michael Jordan brings home the Finals MVP. And the Spurs, we got 29, 9, and 8 from Timmy D. David Robinson failed to show up in Game 6, leading towards the San Antonio Spurs' fate against the 98 Chicago Bulls. Team comparison, it is as you see it. Bulls knocked down 8 threes, Spurs knocked down 4. And it's back to the main menu. Look at that. Wow. What a first. I couldn't have scripted this. A movie couldn't have scripted this any better. Michael Jordan, finals MVP. 32.3 points a game, 4.5 rebounds per game. Very typical MJ-like, and yet again, they don't go to a 7th game in the NBA Finals. This is miraculous right here. So you see the standings on the season. We got the Timberwolves with 60-22, Spurs 57-25. Scroll down. All right. So as typical, the West is a pretty strong, dominant conference. We had the Bulls and the Heat were tied 57-25, but the Bulls ended up landing the 2nd seed. Got the Pacers was 4th seed, Nets was 5th seed. This was a great season. I actually wish that I would have went game by game on the season throughout the whole thing and did a whole storyline about it. But the points, you had Allen Iverson won the scoring title, averaging 34.8 points a game. MJ was behind him with 31. Strickland with 30.9. That's crazy. Tim Duncan with 29.1. Vince with 27.7. Kobe with 27.1 at 6. Antoine Jameson tied with Karl Malone at 27 points a game. Kevin Garnett with 26. Let's see. I'm going to do like the top 20 or whatever. All right, we had Reggie Miller at 20 with 23.7. McGrady had 23.6. Sprewell with 20. Now, this is interesting. I want to see how Tracy McGrady develops, because at this current moment in the game, McGrady's an 80. So I want to see his player development throughout the years, if he actually develops to be what he was supposed to be, because the players like Kobe and Vince were already up there pretty decent rating when this started, this franchise mode. So playoffs, a lot of these dudes just elevated their game. Kobe dipped by 3 points. KG dipped. It's not too shabby though. These numbers look real good, look real legit. I think it's time to go ahead and jump in the offseason. So your retirements, you got Kevin Willis, got Herb Williams, Dale Ellis, Chuck Person, Dominique Wilkins, Sam Perkins, Charles Oakley, Avery Johnson, Detlef Shrimp, Dan Marley, AC Green, Anthony Carr, Dale Curry. Dale Curry still balling. People don't realize that he was still balling back then. He was playing for the Toronto Raptors and Vince Carter. So off to staff retirements, Greg Popovich. That's unfortunate. I wish I could revert that, but apparently I already went ahead too soon, so I can't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, make sure our draft is set. So we got the 99 draft, and we're gonna go ahead and advance to the draft. See what the outcome of that. I don't like these historic drafts, but I have no choice but to use them because there's no other drafts I could use. But they have generic players. I don't like the whole generic player thing, but we got Lamar Odom to the Cavaliers. We got Steve Francis to the Raptors. Sean Marion to the Sonics. The Pelicans draft whoever that guy is, a generic player. Hornets got Andre Miller. Elton Brand to the Magic. Baron Davis to the Golden State Warriors. How about it? Corey Maggette to the Houston Rockets. Wally Zerbiak to the Atlanta Hawks. All right. I'm seeing a bunch of generic faces. Richard Hamilton to the Denver Nuggets. All right, it's looking like I'm not seeing too many more real players that was drafted. That's, like I said, that's the only unfortunate thing about using a generic, well, not a generic, using the historic draft classes that 2K actually has in there. It's good because they do have a lot of those historic players from those classes, but a majority of it is computer generated players. So this is gonna be a little off. That's why I don't know exactly how many years I'm gonna do of this series, but we jump right into day one of the moratorium period, and we got Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf as the top free agent available currently. We're gonna advance through and we're gonna see what both the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs do in the offseason. As you can see, their teams are pretty depleted, so they're gonna need to make a major bounce back, comeback to get themselves positioned for a title again. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and advance through free agency and go to the regular season, and we're gonna see what acquisitions that both the Spurs and the Chicago Bulls made. All right, so we back with it, and it's time to go load up, time to locate year 2000 draft class. Let's see who's in here. No storylines. We already know what the stories are on these players. All right, so we about to go ahead and advance to the next season. We're going to check out the acquisitions that the San Antonio Spurs and the Bulls made. So the Bulls still have their core. Looks like they really didn't pick up anybody else. The Spurs picked up Steven Jackson, and they brought in Danny Ferry and Monty Williams. We're about to go ahead and fast forward. All right, so we got KG bringing home the most valuable player. Baron Davis, Rookie of the Year. Let's go. Sixth Man of the Year, Steven Jackson. Kevin Garnett with another award, Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved Player, Ben Wallace. Doc Rivers, Coach of the Year. All right, so we got Vince Carter and Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. All NBA first team. That's very nostalgic right there, actually seeing that lineup for all NBA first team. So we got McGrady McGrady plays for the Magic? What, the Magic went and picked up McGrady? All right, so all NBA third team, Allen Iverson, Baron Davis, Keith Van Horn, Chris Webber, Ben Wallace. And all defensive first team, Ben Wallace, Scottie Pippen, Kevin Garnett. All defensive second team, Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Scottie Pippen, Shaquille O'Neal. All rookie first team, Lamar Odom, computer-generated player, Corey Maggette, computer-generated player, and Baron Davis. I ain't got time to be going through the rest of these computer-generated players, so we jumping straight into the playoff bracket. So this is the playoffs as you see it. These are the play-in teams. Oh my God. So the Spurs and the Bulls go from NBA championship competitors to play-in playoff bubble. We're about to simulate and see if they end up actually making the playoffs. So they both end up making the playoffs. So now we're about to simulate the whole first round. See how that turns out. Bulls were eliminated. The Spurs were the only ones that advanced. They advanced to play the Kings, and they lose in 5 to the Kings. So it's the Kings and the Lakers in the Western Conference Championship. How ironic. So we advance forward. The Lakers advance, and it's the Lakers and the Celtics for the title. So the Lakers end up making it to the 2000 NBA Finals, but the person facing them in the finals is the Boston Celtics. I got to look at that team to see what they put together, because that, I don't recall them having that stout of a team around that time. The Celtics had a period where they were pretty sad. So it's actually a 2-2 game going into game 5. And the Lakers pull off the championship through 6 games with Kobe Bryant winning finals MVP, averaging 36.5 points a game. This is remarkable. So the Lakers end up getting, so what we ended up having was the Bulls being back and winning their 4th straight title, and then the Lakers still managing to win their first championship in the year 2000. So the Celtics had Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, Larry Johnson, Dennis Scott, Kenny Anderson, Jason Caffey. Wow, they actually ended up having a pretty solid unit. So I could understand why they made it to the finals. This was a legendary first 2 years. You got the first year, the Spurs making it to play the Bulls, and then the Bulls pulling off the 7th straight NBA championship. And then the very next year, the Celtics and Lakers matchup for a legendary NBA Finals championship matchup. And the Lakers pulling off their first win in year 2000, exactly like they did in real life. So this was an awesome video to do. This is part 1. I'm gonna go ahead and play out a couple more seasons, see what the landscape of the NBA looks like after a couple seasons. Want to see if Jordan is still around, if the Bulls have a chance to make it back to the championship, or if the Lakers continue their championship dynasty run like they did in real life. So I appreciate you all for tuning in to Rio West Gaming. Again, If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Hit that notification tab. Spread the word, because we're going to have a whole bunch of content just like this, along with more tutorials for 2K and Madden coming here real soon. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Peace.